year is it? The studio. I started filmmaking when I was in college, and in 2012 I left my degree to pursue filmmaking as a whole. I started with arena animation and I started learning all the basics of how Photoshop works, how Illustrator works, and doing that made me understand that my passion lies in creating videos a lot, and that's something that I always wanted to do. It is what it is, and that's how my journey for filmmaking and the love for filmmaking started. And ever since, this ongoing industry was taking a hold of ourselves, our daily lives, I started to understand that the content that I'm developing has an impact on the people out there, and that's one key factor that made me realize that this is something that I should 100% pursue. Once I realized what I had to pursue, and I knew that this is how I have to go ahead, I knew I needed a lot more experience. I needed a lot more working on what I am currently creating, because I was doing it as like a small time thing at the start, and then later on I started to develop a portfolio, because I was sure that I need to show people what work I can do, what value I can add to their business. So I started to create a lot of different type of content that can be consumed. Everything at that time was let's go with the flow, and I knew that I had the knowledge, I had the skill set that requires to create basic level stuff that people really want to use to add value to their businesses. Before even initiating anything, I knew that I would need a place to work, and the first studio we called Abu Dhabi comes in place.
Welcome, we design Keep Print at Exotic Studios.
मॉल में है ना बच्चा.
I had taken it up with a friend, Ibrahim, which I am sharing the studio with currently. The place was pretty small, but it used to get our work done, and that's where I used to sit most of the time and start working on different edits, start working on how I can, start getting in clients. Through time, I met crazy people who are as creative as I am, and we've been developing this taste, we've been developing so many things together. And right after a year, we knew where we stand in the business. We knew how the industry was growing, and we know how much more work we can cater in. That's where one of my good friends made me realize that I need to charge according to the value that I create and the value that I think that I'm developing. And it was a very difficult task at start, but I started charging a little more. I started going out of my comfort zone. I got a lot of rejection calls as well. As always, that friend was right, that friend was correct. I knew I had technical limitations, but I tried to create whatever I could with those limitations, and that's what helped me overcome buying expensive equipment, and then going into a loan, and then starting out with doing gigs at a very low cost just to repay off that loan. Then soon I started getting small term clients. Then I had a working profile. I knew, okay, now I could line up something, I could buy basic level things so that I can excel and start getting bigger and bigger projects and getting my dream fulfilled. 8 years ago was the first ever video we did. That was me and a couple of friends trying to be cool on YouTube. The day we posted that video, and that's the first video we've done, which has received a lot of love and a lot of support, and that's something that we always would want, we always would crave for. Right now, this is where we are. Welcome to the studio. This is who we are. This is what we've developed to be. Thank you guys for being here. I am going to be back on my toes.
Keep clean, guys.
आपल्याकडे हे आहे का ब्लू टॅग